Yeah, I'm back for second day in a row, I guess. After that, the excuse of an update yesterday, where I just said basically that I was alive and that was it. Um, yeah, well, we'll count that one as a side effect of my medications, particularly the progesterone, leaving me very drowsy. Um, hasn't yet kicked in today, but I took it a little later, so it's coming. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of confused on the dates and what I've covered, what I haven't covered lately. But there was so much that I thought of after the fact and in between, and I just realized that yeah, there was a whole bunch of shit I could have talked about that I just didn't get around to, or just didn't think of. Um, so the first one actually was kind of the the top hype thing for me was I don't I judging by the date of the last video, um, before yesterday's, I can't confidently say whether or not I covered um, the package I received right around Independence Day. Not sure if I had received it before then or a little bit after, but I, 1 second. Shit. Well, shit, I might have lost it. Oh, never mind. I see it. Sorry, I should have paused that. I should have paused the video before I went to start hunting. But anyway, I don't remember if I if I had received the package at that point, but right after right around Independence Day, I had received a package in the mail, and well, without you know drawing out too much, it turned out to be from Icon for Hire. Only my favorite domestic band within the entire U.S. So kind of a big deal. I've met Sean, I've met Ariel a few times, and great people, really authentic, very friendly, very people oriented. Just people that you, you can't help but love them. I mean, they're two of the friendliest, just easiest to get along with people that you'll ever meet, right? And the fact that they are kick-ass songwriters and musicians, that's awesome too. I mean that's how they came to be known, but the package came from them, right? Now what it was regarding was uh, back in November, maybe it was December. Anyway, it was a Black Friday uh, bundle that they were offering, right? And one of the items in the bundle was supposed to be a poster with lyrics from their first album. Um, the song was called "The Gray." I think the lyrics were in. It was. It was like the bridge from this after the second verse. In your deepest pain, in your weakest hour, the darkest night, you. I can't. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart in the order of things, but anyway, it was just it was. So it's a very very important lyrics from that first that that song in the first album. Anyway, and a lot of times when Rel signs, an article and a poster and an article of clothing, whatever, she will actually write on there, "You are lovely," as part of her signature, her autograph. So it's a very meaningful part of their history. Just because I can't recall the lyrics verbatim at the moment. In your deepest pain, in your weakest hour. I can't remember the third part, but it just ends up with "You are lovely." So anyway, what I'm getting at here is that poster was part of why I decided to go ahead and order the album or the album, the package, the bundle. Well, about 2 weeks later, it arrives. Um, Everything's there, sans the poster. So I email them. I'm like, okay, well, I see that the poster's not in this bundle. I didn't get the poster. Um, but you also did include this keyring, which was not part of the item description. Was this meant to be a stand-in for that, or not? I don't know. Well, they never replied to the email, so I assume that they had just let it go. That they were just they're busy people. I don't really fault them for that. They actually have a PR person that handles all that stuff. Well, anyway, neither that PR person nor the band ever got back to me. Well, until that package arrived, which when I opened it, it contained not one, not two, not three, but four different posters inside of it. Now, none of them have the lyrics from The Gray, unfortunately, which is what I really wanted. But what they did instead was they gave me four different posters from a couple years back, and Ariel autographed all four of them. Sean autographed, I think it was three of them. And the first one of the bunch that I saw actually had a nice handwritten note addressed to me. And for me, that was peak. So I still need to figure out where I'm going to put them, because around here, wall space is kind of at a premium. But now, what I was looking for here was it was actually the first thing that came out of the package when I opened it up. It was it was a packing slip, and let me just go ahead and fold this back here so you don't see my address or whatnot. But she actually wrote. I'm not sure if it's in focus here. My glasses are off. Let me fix that. So Ariel actually wrote a personalized note to me, first apologizing for the delay in getting these to me. But what really got me was the part where she mentions that where they acknowledged my absence from Camp Icon this year. I mean, for me, that was, I mean, that just took it from a, oh, that's really nice of them, to, oh my God, they well and truly do care. They're this pair of musicians that just, they go the extra mile for their fans. They pay attention. They acknowledge the fans, beyond the events themselves, and it just, for me, that really touched, it touched my heart. It just tells me that, yeah, this is a band that's obviously worth supporting, because songwriters that make good music, they're a dime a dozen. They're a little hard to find these days with all the shit out there, but there's plenty of good musicians, right? Never gonna argue that. But what sets Icon apart for me and for most of the fans is the way that they go above and beyond with their fan interactions. They'll give you the opportunity to meet and talk with them, take pictures before shows, after shows, not so much after shows, but before shows, and get the opportunity to go on the tour bus with them and hang out for a little while before the shows. You got Camp Icon, which unfortunately I had to skip over this year on account of safety concerns. No fault of the band except for the fact that they live in Tennessee. But if you go down to Camp Icon for that weekend, you can sit and just chat up Ariel, you can chat up Sean, you can chat up Flika as much as you want, and it's great. It's like, okay, you get to see this band, beyond just the music and the stage performance, and you just find out that yeah, they're just these awesome people. So that's why getting these personalized autographs and such, for me, it is really a big deal, because it's just a reflection of who they are as human beings, which, I mean, I'm grateful. And to a degree, the whole right kick-ass music is just more of a bonus at this point. So anyway, I just had to gush over that for a little while. I went way over my intended time for that. I'm sorry about that. But yeah. Oh god, it's getting warm in here already. I just turned the fan off so I could talk without having to be drowned out by the fan noise. You're probably gonna hear the fan from the hallway too, but that's gonna stay on no matter what today. Now tomorrow's gonna be absolutely horrible. I think our air temperature is gonna be like 92 for a high, with a heat index of like 103 or 104 degrees. It's like, oh dear God, that's going to be brutal. I'm not looking forward to that whatsoever, and I hope that we can tough it out for one day. But yeah, so I'm off tomorrow, so that'll be nice when I get home from work in the morning. Unfortunately, I've got my electrolysis appointment, and then of course I got my weekly obligation to go visit mom, deal with that. I don't know how I'm going to do my live streaming this week. Now, last week was definitely not according to schedule, according to plan. I went over this on my last live stream, but what happened was I woke up, it was probably about 10 o'clock or so, Wednesday night. I woke up, realized that my face was doing okay from the electrolysis. The measures that my electrologist had taken that day were really good. They reduced the redness and swelling quite a bit. I had no major issues with the irritation. So I decided, you know what, I'm looking pretty good, and I can just I did a little touch up on the shave and everything, and everything looked great. So I was like, you know what, I'm feeling kind of awake here, and I'm in the mood to game. So let's just pop on and continue the Let's Play Dragon's Dogma. So I did that. I got on Dragon's Dogma. I started the live stream. Everything looked fine, and I played for about 4 hours. I mean, they weren't great 4 hours, but I did 4 hours of gameplay, and I said end stream. It said, you know, it said that the stream had concluded, and after that, I decided to go ahead and I wanted to change the thumbnail because I can't do that ahead of time, unfortunately. So I go into the Creator Studio app to go and find the last live stream, and it's not there. And I'm looking, I'm refreshing, I'm reloading the queues, the caches and everything, and it doesn't load. It doesn't show up. So my PS5 and all of its software said that I was streaming. YouTube, however, never started the stream, which means that those 4 hours basically never happened. So that really threw me off for Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I really wanted that authentic live stream experience to be broadcast and archived, but nope. So I'm irked, I'm irritated and everything, and this takes us into Thursday morning, and I'm still awake. I'm just like, you know what? It was like, oh, what was it? About not quite 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I wasn't very far in the game to begin with, and I want to start it in hard mode anyway. So I'm like, you know what? Hard mode's available. Let's just go ahead and restart the game from the beginning. And so I did that. I restarted the game in the beginning, kept my few levels, and I played for about an hour. And then around, what was it, about 7:10, 7:15, I got a notification on my phone telling me that like Kuanano was live streaming over on Twitch. And oftentimes that wouldn't be a big deal, if I didn't catch their stream, right away or whatever. But this one was kind of important because it's Nano's last live stream before their vacation, and they're gone for 3 weeks. So I wanted to pop in, and at least keep my check-in streak going. So I popped off that my own live stream early and went over there. Decided, actually I forgot if I slept after their stream or not, but they ended their stream around 11ish, and I think I decided to just go ahead and nap for a little bit. No. I just stayed up doing other things. But anyway, it was around what was it, about 2 o'clock, somewhere around there. I decided, you know what, I've got time to kill. I might as well just go ahead and continue on with my live streaming of Dragon's Dogma. And so I did that for about 2.5 hours. Then it winds up being about 4:30, 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock. Now, whatever time it was. And I'm realizing that, well, shit. I'm ending this stream with Dragon's Dogma right now, but I'm so tired. I need sleep. I need sleep desperately. And so I go ahead and I know I fucked up, like, badly, because I knew that there'd be no way I could sleep for just an hour with how tired I was. So unfortunately, with the way that everything turned out on between Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon. Thursday evening, my intended live stream just never happened because, well, I was asleep. And I woke up and I was in no condition to live stream. My voice was gone. Unfortunately, something that you gotta understand. For me, being what I am, um, my voice when I wake up is not good. It's it's a fucking abomination when I first wake up. No matter what I do, it sounds very gravelly. It just oozes, um, the anti-femininity, if you want to call it that. It's no good whatsoever, and I don't want anybody to have to listen to that. I mean, it's bad enough that the cat has to hear it. So I need time to acclimate my voice to the everyday environment, which for me takes a couple hours. I mean, I know that right now my voice does sound more on the masculine side, always has, always will. Unfortunately, I just don't have the tools to fix that. But this is actually after I work on it and get it down to a somewhat acceptable range, which, by the way, is not nearly where I want it to be. Um, so, so waking up and live streaming right away is just straight out of the question. It's never going to happen. So then we got to Thursday night, and I'm just not up for it anymore anyway. So Friday rolls around, and I would have done a live stream on Friday evening, but Friday afternoon and evening, my voice decided that, you know what, you've had enough fun. We're gonna take a little time off. So my vocal cords said, haha, fuck you, we're picketing for a few hours. And a few hours actually turned into the next day. Unfortunately, I've got a situation where I do overdo it with my voice quite often, and I reach that point where I'm not completely mute. I mean, I can actually speak if I really force it, but it does delay the healing of my vocal cords quite a bit if I do that. So, for all intents and purposes, I was mute from uh, Friday afternoon through majority of Saturday. I mean, I was able to speak if the situation was dire enough, but for me, it was not something that I was able to do naturally, easily. So there is your history lesson on me. How have I been at this? Yeah, I know I battled a lot, and it's not really said much. Let's see, got 23 minutes. You know what? I gushed, I babbled, I explained. The other thing that I wanted to touch on, I don't even know if I really want to at this point. It's a complicated issue. I mean, I'll get into it next time if I remember. But what I'm looking at here is just the whole familial acceptance and being the black sheep of the family. But that is an issue that I could go off onto a massive tangent on, and I could probably drag it out to a full fucking hour all by itself if I really wanted to. So I'm gonna end this here. It's just a little, it's on the shorter side of an update, but I touched on everything, on a few things that were going on in my life anyway. So anyway, I'm going to let you get back to your days, and I'm gonna go to sleep now because, well, night shift and all. Anyway, I'll see you later.